Hey, you guys, welcome to another episode of Deb's Artsy Life. It's Saturday afternoon, about 2:05, and I have just been on a little adventure. I am so excited to share all this with you. I kept my grandson for a couple of hours this morning, and that was a lot of fun. I've been crocheting most of the morning, not getting very far, but I don't know, I'm just out of practice. I've been making Christmas baubles, and I'll show you those later. But after my grandson left, after my daughter came and picked him up, I just thought, hmm. Well, actually, I was watching, oh, I can't remember her name. I'll try to link it. She's a new crocheter that I've just started following. Slow Crochet, Slow Crochet. I was watching her and she was talking about the clearance sale at Hobby Lobby. Well, of yarn, you know. So I jump in the car and I was so excited. My husband's out of town. He's on his way back, but I just feel free today. It's not that he holds me back. He's a very sweet man and all that, but I don't know. You just feel like when you're by yourself that you can just throw caution to the wind. You don't have to answer to anybody and you don't have to tell anybody you're leaving or when you'll be back. You can just decide to jump in the car and go. So that's what I did. The fun thing for me, and I'm so grateful to my community, for my community. Everything I need and want really is within just a mile or two. And I don't know, I just think that is so fantastic because most of my, well, all my life, that's not been the case. I've always lived far away from town and like 25 miles from town out in the country. And, you know, if you wanted to go buy groceries, you had to stock up and buy a week's worth or a month's worth because you couldn't just run to the store. And we live less than a mile from Hobby Lobby, my work, the grocery store, our church. I mean, everything is just right at our fingertips. And my daughter just lives like 2 miles from me, 2 or 3 miles. And so it's wonderful. And I'm so grateful for that. Okay, so ran to Hobby Lobby. Our yarn is not on clearance. But you know what? It is on 30% off. So I was so excited to go. I don't need any yarn. I don't need any yarn at all. But it was just fun. And I thought this is my reward for keeping my grandson for a couple of hours. Like that needed a reward. But anyway, look what I got. Whoops, let's turn it right side up. I actually, actually saw this completely by accident. I don't normally look at the baby yarn very much, maybe just glance over it. I don't know why. Most of the time it's, you know, pastel colors, which I'm not a fan of. But this was out of place with some other chunky yarn, and it's rainbow. Look at that. Well, let's determine not focus, but you can't really, I don't think it's showing up all that great. It's very dark in here today because we've got cloudy, rainy weather, and we're surrounded by woods on three sides of the house, so it's quite dark. And I apologize for that. Hopefully the light will be bouncing off this wall behind me a little bit. But anyway, this is the baby bee, and it has the Okie standard for against all harmful, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I just loved this. And it reminded me a little, obviously, there's a big difference. But it reminded me a little of the Serenity Chunky Candy, which I absolutely adore. And I want to order more, but I just can't bring myself to do it because the shipping is very costly. And I have so much yarn already. But look at the difference. The colors are so muted, and I love bright, bright, bright. In fact, I want to show you, I've made some progress on all these squares. I think I'm unraveling one. But are these not gorgeous? They're made with Serenity, no, not Serenity, Premier Basics. Excuse my ends, I have not woven any ends in. I'm working on that this weekend, or I was, and then I got sidetracked, which happens to me a lot. Um, I love this one. I love them all. This one looks like Halloween to me. I kind of designed it that way on purpose. After I got started, I didn't mean to. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do for the bazaar is um, take two of these and um, join them together to make a bag. But I need little three round grannies on each side. So, um, to make the sides. So here's one of them. This is a 2 round, and then I'm going to take the next round, the 3rd round, and use it as a joining round. So I have been working very hard on this, and I don't know, it just seems like I want to do so much, and there's so many projects in my head, and I cannot get enough time to do them all. And I feel like I'm crocheting so slow and knitting so slow, but it's not a fast thing. Here's a bag. Got one of those granny squares dropped in it. Anyway, this bag is full of, I may have shown you this, but this is the Sweet Roll Vivid. And these are squares I made some time back um, of like sunflowers. Are they not gorgeous? I love them. I love these colors together. And I thought, well, this Sweet Roll Vivid will go perfectly with those squares. Not planned, just totally on accident. And so I want to make a bag out of this, and I'm going to make 5 squares and join it together and make a big bag. That's the plan. So that is one of about 2 billion um, projects I want to do. I've also got this full of yarn. These are some of the things I pulled out last weekend to try to get ready for the bazaar. Some ideas. I want to make a bag out of these. This is what I got today. My yarn haul from Hobby Lobby. This is called Herb Garden colorway. I just think it's beautiful. It has the Okie-Tex standard too. But I love making bags out of this chunky yarn. Just taking a couple of other, like holding 3 strands together. So taking a solid and combining it with that. So I got this one and I got this one. This one looks so fallish. See how it works up? Of course, that's knitted. But I'm thinking I'll take like maybe that color and a linen or something and make a really beautiful fall bag. So I got a couple of those. And I got 3 of these because I just think they're beautiful. And they're so soft. I hate to make a bag with it, but that's probably what I'm going to do. You might as well start calling me the bag lady. I love to make bags. And people have been asking for tutorials for me to, do a tutorial or show or answer questions about how I make the bags. And I've thought a lot about that, and I don't feel comfortable doing that because there are so many tutorials already out there on YouTube. All you have to do is go into the search and type in make a bag or crochet a bag, and I may, make one on camera and just show you how I do it, because what I've done is I don't use a pattern. I've just picked up little bits from several different channels and little tips and tricks. And so I do have a certain way that I make my bags. But what I mainly do is make a circle out of double crochets and then just start building the sides with half doubles. And then I just put my handles on. And it's so simple. I mean, it really is so easy. If you know how to crochet, there is no problem with making a bag. And I love them because they're useful, they're beautiful, and I have always had a thing for tote bags. My whole life, I have loved tote bags, mainly because I'm always carrying around stuff. I'm always carrying around art supplies or yarn or something, to work on. Okay, so that was my Hobby Lobby haul. These three, and I got multiples of this one and this one. I spent, $23, but it was so much fun. It was so much fun to just jump in the car and go to Hobby Lobby. And I just felt so free. I don't know. And then I went to the produce place. And I know this does not sound very exciting to some people, but I don't lead a very exciting life some days. But anyway, I went to the produce place, and there's my former dentist, he retired. His son he grows microgreens, and they're super good for you. And so I bought some of his microgreens. I try to get some and eat them every week. I'm going to have to pause this because I've got my lunch in the oven and it's going to burn. So hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've eaten my lunch. I had a sandwich with those microgreens, and I rushed through it because I'm so excited about this video. I actually bought this yarn from Hobby Lobby thinking it would go with this, but it definitely doesn't. Um, I balled this up. I started to knit a sweater with it. The pattern called for holding two strands together, but I've not progressed, I don't feel like, enough to knit a sweater, and I just kept getting frustrated. So this big ball of yarn is going to be a bag, but it needs another strand of yarn with it in order to be thick and sturdy enough. And I can't decide what to use. I can see why they discontinued this colorway. It is Red Heart Soft, but it's such a strange color. I mean, I can't find anything that really goes with it. So anyway, I'll still use this. So all is not lost. But here's the exciting thing. The most exciting thing that I've been just dying to share with you is a big Joann box arrived while I was gone to Hobby Lobby or on my little adventure. So let's pull off this green tape. I don't know what's gotten into me, but I have really gotten into the big twist. At least to buying it. I don't know about using it. Ooh, I love this. This is bright orange. It is gorgeous. Oh, I wish the light in here was better. But big twist from Joann. It was on sale for $2.99 a skein. This is coral. The colors are just so brilliant. Look at this. Oh, so I've got quite a collection of this going. This is deep red. I wasn't sure if I would like it or not, but I certainly do. It's just a beautiful deep cherry red. And this yarn is so soft. I'm running out of room and all my yarn is falling, so I'm not doing a very good job with this. Hold on. Two more colors. The royal, I already have one skein of this and this, but, well, and this one. But I'm stocking up and I have no idea why. But sorry, I've struggled with editing this video a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and end it so that it's not too long. When I talk about the bazaar, I talked about that on my last video. I'm talking about a Christmas bazaar that's downtown at the Recreation Center on November the 18th, and I'm working really hard to get ready for that. So I'm going to work some more and crochet and upload this video, and I hope to make another one tomorrow afternoon, if at all possible, and show you a couple of finished Christmas baubles and maybe talk a little more about some of this beautiful color and some of these ideas that are coming to me this afternoon. So if you've stuck around for this long, thank you very much. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great evening.